Greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Supratik Bhattacharyya. I'm consultant endocrinologist based at Kolkata, and I'm going to share with you real-world experience with the Empa-Lina fixed dose combination. So I must say at the onset that I have an extensive experience of using this molecule, and quite a significant number of my patients are on this combination because of the ease of use, and at the same time, because of the Empa-Lina fixed dose combination being a very small pill, which is very easy to take, and without any specific timing to the meal, it's very, very convenient for the patient, and that's why it increases the compliance as well. Besides, we know that individually empagliflozin as well as linagliptin does have very robust data in terms of cardiovascular as well as renal safety. So with this background, I want to share some of the real-world clinical experiences that were generated by using this fixed dose combination in clinical practice. So the first one is the clinical effectiveness of Empa-Lina combination in overweight or obese type 2 diabetic patients. And I'm going to share the Indian real-world experience. So what was done was, it was an observational single-center study, which included uncontrolled type 2 diabetic subjects who had high BMI, so more than 25, and were on metformin monotherapy, which was more than 1.5 grams, and were initiated on Empa-Lina for a period of at least 24 weeks. The total number of subjects analyzed was about 250, and the primary endpoints that were assessed were the glycemic endpoints like HbA1c, fasting, prandials, and also the secondary endpoints included body weight, body mass index over the next 24 weeks. And I'm going to share the results with you. So the baseline mean age in years was 47.6, and the duration of type 2 diabetes in these patients were of about 8.4 years mean. If we consider the body weight, it was a mean of 79.4 kilos, and the BMI was 30.5. The waist circumference mean was 94.6, and the systolic blood pressure at baseline was 128.5 mean, and diastolic was 84.1 mean. The baseline HbA1c was 9.4, in spite of using metformin at a dose of 1.5 grams or more. The fasting blood sugar at baseline was 154 mean, and prandial glucose was 260 mean. So if we consider the changes that happened after introducing Empa-Lina combination to this metformin monotherapy, what we saw was at the end of 12 weeks, the HbA1c dropped down from 9.4 all the way to 7.4. And by the time it was 24 weeks, or the end of the study, we saw that the HbA1c came down to 6.7 from a baseline of 9.4. So there was a significant drop in the HbA1c in these patients. If you consider the fasting glucose, it dropped from 154 at baseline to 128 at the end of 12 weeks. And finally, end of study, 24 weeks, we saw the fasting was 112.4 mean. Prandials from a baseline of 260 came down to 184 at the end of 12 weeks. And at the end of the study of 24 weeks, it was 145.4 mean. Again, a very significant reduction in both fasting as well as the prandials. Now, if you look at the extraglycemic parameters or body weight, which were the secondary efficacy endpoints, the body weight at baseline was 79.4, which at the end of 12 weeks became 74.6 kilos. And by the end of the study, it was 71.2. That means on an average, we saw that almost 8-kilo reduction in the body weight at the end of 24 weeks, which was very, very significant. BMI dropped from 30.5 at the baseline to about 28.8 at the end of 12 weeks and 27.2 at the end of 24 weeks. There was a modest reduction in the systolic as well as diastolic blood pressure. If we consider the adverse events, they were very low. Genital mycotic infections was about 3.6%. If you consider males, it was 1.4%. And in females, it was slightly higher at 2.2%. And the urinary tract infection was 1.2. So nothing very significantly high. So to conclude, the fixed dose combination of Empa-Lina appears to be an effective treatment choice in type 2 diabetic subjects with high BMI and uncontrolled on metformin monotherapy over a 24-week follow-up duration. And additional pleiotropic benefits like lowering of systolic blood pressure, reduction in body fat parameters, renders this combination a clinically relevant treatment option to Indian patients with type 2 diabetes.